Welcome back to our weekly Q&A. So each week over inside the Attachment Recovery Gym, which is an online membership for people that are doing the inner work on healing the past and becoming more secure, I give all the members the opportunity to ask me a question. And then with some of them, because I know that many of you relate so much to the people that are inside the Attachment Recovery Gym, I like to create a video out of them. So this week's question, if you can relate to it, then please do like the video. I am so triggered by the same thing no matter the tools I use. Okay, so let's really take a moment to understand this. This person feels like they know the tools, they're using the tools, and still they're getting affected by the same trigger. It is possible if you have a reoccurring trigger and it feels really intense and nothing is working, there's of course a combination of factors as to why this could be. I would actually suggest considering getting some help. If it has got to that point where you've tried everything, this is when I really do recommend coaching, because it's much more practical. And like one of the things that I do with people a lot is we actually look at perhaps a step that many might miss, which is, well, why are we struggling to put these into practice? So many people just continue to just keep practicing. But what I find quite a lot is that actually there's something in you that really believes in this reaction, that is really hurt or really affected by this trigger, probably going back to the past. Your whole body, your mind goes back to the past. If you are someone that has specific memories, specific intense feelings, flashbacks, I definitely recommend getting that support. Just really important to say that. I find, and I talk about this all of the time, there's certain things I talk about a lot is like compassion and curiosity. Curiosity is when, rather than just judge ourselves, rather than just try these tools and they don't work, we begin to look inwards when we're activated, when we're triggered, and we start to get really curious towards what's happening. That's something in you that is reacting, that's feeling triggered. What does it want for you? How is it protecting you? I almost guarantee it's trying to protect you in some way. And even that is just compassionate. So I would suggest that you really get to understand this trigger in a new way. So rather than just keep trying the tools, take a step back now to really understand what it's holding on to, why it's holding on to something, and how you can begin to move forward. If you're like, okay, great, how do I do that? What I would suggest is if you go to the description, so under this video, there is a list of links. And in that list, you're going to see one that says Curiously Triggered. It's a freebie. It's a completely free inner relationship focusing style / meditation style exercise audio that is going to guide you through being really curious to a reoccurring trigger that the tools aren't quite working with. I want you to go inwards. A lot of the work I do is about helping you to begin to communicate with yourself, because people with insecure attachment, they don't have that kind of relationship, that kind of connection with themselves where they can go in and say, how am I feeling? What's going on? And so Curiously Triggered, it helps you to step into the curiosity, which we know is key for moving forward, for healing, for resilience, for all of the things. And it's also going to help you to build that. It's a step towards building that secure relationship with yourself. So let me get really clear, thinking about the question that was asked. This is not about a tool that's going to get rid of this trigger. It could actually be one of the long-term effects of it. Please go into this thinking, I'm going to take the time to really understand it and meet it, and then listen to how I can begin to use specific tools to move forward. Because what works for me might not work for you. You know, your toolbox for what works for anger is going to be different to your toolbox for what works when you're really, really sad. So we have to adapt. And we also have to make sure that we are experimenting experimenting, and continuing to experiment. I don't want you to do anything that makes you feel really, really uncomfortable. If it does, that's when you're going to need, again, to get support, get help. Don't worry about that. It's really normal that people with attachment wounds need help on their journey. In fact, we know that people heal better when they have help, or they're more likely to heal. So there you go. That's what I'm saying is go over or go to the link down here, click on Curiosity Triggered, download that. It's about 7 minutes, and get really curious. That's all I'm going to say on that today. I hope that is useful. I hope you find Curiosity Triggered really, really powerful, and to help you to move through and understand why it is the tools feel like they're not working for you. And if this has helped you in any way, or if you're going to go and download Curiosity Triggered, anyone watching this, I'd be really grateful if you could like this video and subscribe to the channel, because that is how YouTube will put this out to more people. That is how this is more likely to reach people that have anxious and or avoidant tendencies, that also feel like the tools aren't working. This will reach them, well, be more likely to reach them if you could like and subscribe. Otherwise, I will see you back at this channel very soon.